Come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Queen Sugar Season 2, Episode 1. Let's talk about it. Now, you all know I absolutely love this show. Love this show. Now, the season premiere is actually broken up into 2 parts. And I thought about actually doing one review for both parts. Because one part showed on Tuesday, one part showed on Wednesday. So, I said, you know what, now let me just go ahead and keep it like I usually do. So, there's not really a whole lot to talk about in this episode. I'm just going to run through real quickly what actually happened. Let's go to where we first start off is Charlie is actually in a meeting, and it's all about her Queen Sugar meal and all of that. And everybody is all on board and all on deck. And her little fella, you know, her little fella from down that way, is there in the meeting with her. And they're like, yeah, let's just get this paperwork done. You know, lickety split. We're really interested in what it is you have going on, and we're ready to get behind you. The investors are all on board. And then they throw out there, they're like, we're really happy to get everything going with you and Davis. And she's like, Davis, wait a minute. Queen Sugar is actually this is my brand. It has nothing to do with Davis. And they're like, oh no, Davis is actually, you know, what was so attractive to us. We need Davis as a part of the deal, or we wouldn't be willing to do, we couldn't do all of the funding that we were actually talking about. Some of it, but not all of it. And she's like, okay, no problem. They're like, Davis's brand is really what really sold us. And she's like, no problem. You know what? It's no big deal. We'll just get Davis on board. We'll make it all work. It's no big deal. So, because again, everybody's not so aware that they're in the middle of a divorce because they've paid money out and kept everything so hush-hush. So she's like, okay. So in the meantime, between time, after they go out the room, her little dude tells her, you know what? The Davis brand thing again. You know, you and Davis are done, but not done. And he's like, she's like, well, let's just go. You want to go and have dinner and celebrate? He's like, no. With the way things are, I don't think it would be good for you to be seen out with a man other than Davis. It's not, we just need to kind of call it quits for a little bit until you get all that straightened out. He was pretty pissed. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. All right, girl. You know, so Dick on Deck has actually left the porch. So, whatever. So she goes on. He goes on off by himself. Later on, Nova actually contacts Aunt Vi and tells Aunt Vi, hey, I want to take Charlie out for Micah's birthday. And it's Micah's 16th birthday. And she's like, yeah, she can celebrate his birthday. She's like, girl, you just want to find a reason to get in these streets, honey. I said, okay. Meanwhile, we got Aunt Vi, who was over there pining over Hollywood. She's having an issue. She's calling Hollywood. He's not answering the phone. Her feelings are getting really, really hurt because she's like ready. I think she's ready to bury the hatchet. And eventually she actually does. Throughout the episode, she finally, Hollywood had actually talked to Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel's like, I ain't getting in that shit. Aunt Vi needs to talk to you. You know, she's missing you and everything. But I ain't getting in it. I'm not getting in that shit this time. No going. So Vi ends up calling him again later in the program, gets him on the phone, and he tells her, you know, she said, I miss you and I need to see you. Things didn't happen right. You know, she said what she had to say. And he said what he had to say, baby. And it stretched her out and she laid down in the bed. I said, girl, he coming, bitch. She coming back, bitch. Dick on deck. So she let him down, and they both, I was so happy to see it. You know, we all rooting for Aunt Vi in Hollywood. He coming home, child. Come on home. So I was like, all right, Vi. So she good. So let's talk about Micah. This was the dumbest shit in the world for me, for Davis And Charlie, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand. But Davis bought Micah this sports car. I'm like, as soon as I seen it, I was like, problem. That's problematic. So, long story short, they're all at a big family dinner, and they're waiting on Micah to get there. Micah ain't got there because Micah has been pulled over by an asshole cop. He's like, he wasn't speeding, he wasn't doing anything. He just was a black boy with a nice car. He got pulled over. And he says, turn your engine off. And Micah turns the engine off. And then he comes up to the window and he says, roll your window down. And Micah's like, I have to turn the engine on in order to roll the window down. It's like, roll the window down. I said, oh, here we go. And it broke to commercial. But I knew then, I was like, okay, I see where we're going, Ava DuVernay. I know where we're going with this, and it's getting ready to piss everybody off. And that was basically it. And then when they come back, Micah done forgot his license at home. I said, oh, this is the recipe for bullshit. So that was that. That's the last we see of them. After that, they're all at dinner. Let me talk about this one little thing. At the whole dinner thing, you got Ralph Angel doing the real ghetto thing. Because the baby's mama then went to her meeting and she was saying, you know, how things were moving so fast. She don't want to mess up. Okay. And she just skipped a bunch of the steps because in her steps for her recovery, she was not supposed to be fucking Ralph Angel. You're not supposed to be back doing anything that you were doing, you know, during the process of you doing your 12 steps or whatever. I think it's 12. But anyway, so she's telling Ralph Angel, and Ralph Angel is giving her, because she was late getting to dinner. And everybody's being real nice to her. You know, where Vi told Ralph Angel, you take your daddy's seat and take her on down there with you. You know, and everything like that. I was like, oh my gosh. So, and we seen little Blue. Blue, so cute. He was there too. And Vi gave him some pie before time for dinner. And his dad said, dessert before dinner, Aunt Vi? She's like, what? And he's like, I'm sorry. She took her baby and gave her baby some motherfucking pie. Okay? I said, anyway, so they get her. She gets there. She got a little bit late, but they talk after the dinner. And she's telling him, I have to go back to where I stay, over to my trailer. I need to go back over to my trailer, and I need to get me together, and then we can come together because I don't want to mess up. Everything is too good to mess up now. And he's like, well, why do you need those steps? And he started doing the nigga shit. You know, don't need no counselor. We can figure it out. No, she needs to go to her program and do her shit. You need to be in the program your goddamn self and doing your shit because you still battling back and forth with your sisters. You know, there's still that constant thing with him and Charlie. And they told Charlie, you know, Vi told her, girl, you have to give him some affirmation sometimes. Sometimes tell him, good job, well done. This, that, and the other. She's like, I know what I'm doing on Vi. He still is like going rogue a lot of times and doing things that he doesn't understand. Like he got the tractor fixed. And it was supposed to be like $6,000, $7,000. He got it done for $5,000. And he thought he did a good thing. And she's like, no, if we would have just bought a new one for $15,000, we could have wrote it off and it would have made us more money in the long run. But again, you don't understand that financial stuff. This is why you need to talk to me before you go rogue and go to back alleyway and do it, because that shit's just going to break down again. So they have that whole thing still going on. Okay, so enough with that. One other thing before we go back to talk about Micah. This episode, we keep seeing Nova with various white men. Like she's on a letting her cooch take over type of thing. Because, you know, always before, there was always, when she was with the girl, she was just with the girl. When she was with the married guy, she was just with the married guy. But now, like, they're showing, we're seeing multiple partners. And she's just getting real free with her pussy this episode. I don't know where they're going with that with her, but we'll just keep an eye on her. Okay, so boom, back to Micah. So they go down to the jail. They find the car. They're out looking for the car. They find the car, pulled off to the side of the road. And then at that time, then a phone call comes through. And I don't even know who that was that phone call came from. But anyway, they go down to the jail and they're real shit. Well, first of all, Charlie comes in there with like, somebody needs to give me some answers right now. And they were giving black bitch plays. And they were giving her the sad eye and her like, fuck you, bitch. Nobody think about you. So then Nova spoke. She's like, can you look and see in the computer if my nephew is here? His name is Micah. And they go in. It's Michael West and this, that, and the other. They're like, no, we don't show no Michael West in the thing. So then by this time, somebody has contacted Davis. Davis actually shows up. The whole department is starstruck, asking them to take, because he says, Mr. West, I'm sorry, but I don't show him in there. He's like, well, can you do me a favor and check the holding cell? Just check the holding cell and see if my boy is back there, this, that, and the other. And he's like, sure, Mr. West, no problem. Oh, yeah, we're all rooting for you to get that 5th ring, this, that, and the other. He's like, yeah. They're going to say, and can I bother you to take a selfie? So he takes the selfie and shit. And the next thing you know, out the door, here comes Micah. So, Charlie was fit to be tied. She was pissed. So they get out. Nova's walking out with Micah. Micah has literally pissed on herself. And Nova takes her jacket off, wraps her jacket around him, and tells him, she's like, don't worry about it. I got you. Just don't, whatever went on in there, to hell with it. Don't worry about it. And they come on down. And at this point, Davis and Charlie are going back and forth, baby. And she told him, she said, you run around in there doing your step and fetch him act and this, that, and the other. He's like, I don't care what you say. You do what you want to do, but you let me do what I'm going to do, because I'm the reason that he's actually out of there. And you need to step back and realize that you don't always have all the goddamn answers, Charlie. So they're going back and forth, and he just walks up to them. And Charlie backs off and just walks away. And then he goes in and hugs his dad and everything. And his dad told me, he said, whatever happened in there, fuck it. Fuck that. What happened in there? You have nothing to be embarrassed about. This, that, thing, and the other. On and on and on. And everybody was parenting on a good level at that point, except for them arguing. And I was like, all right, because this was the time for them to come together. Let's say before that, and right before that scene happened, whenever they had gone out, I almost forgot this. On 5, Charlie and Nova all went out. And when they were out, they ran into Davis out with a date. And Charlie rolled up on him and was like, are you kidding me? So right in public, you're just right out here in public with this bitch. Just don't give a fuck what this is going to look like. And he's about, I know the owners here, they got my back. Do you see anybody with cameras staring at us, this, that, and the other? It was kind of messy. But whatever, honey. And Aunt Vi went the fuck off. She gonna say, oh. Yeah, I was like, okay, Vi, you all mad and shit. But so all of that, this is what actually went on with this episode. And this is where we actually cut out at. And there's going to be another episode on today, because it's Wednesday now. So I'll be coming back with the other part of the season premiere of Queen Sugar. So keep your ears and your eyes open for me later on tonight. All right, guys. Bye.